Namaste and welcome. We're going to do a short standing practice, starting with finding the breath. Again, focusing on that soft sighing sound in the throat, lifting your arms into an upward stretch on the inhale and bringing the arms and chin down on the exhale. So here we have to be careful not to rock from the fronts to the backs of the feet, staying steady and comfortable, only moving when the breath is moving, and still when the breath is still. So the inhale, moving the arms away and upwards, opens the chest, allows the breath in, and then when you're ready, you can fold forward on the exhale. That natural movement of the body as you rise into the upward facing stretch, receiving the breath from above, and strength as you fold, following the breath out. Again, allowing any softness necessary in the backs of the knees to make sure that you don't strain tight hamstrings. And then taking a pause, allowing the breath and your blood pressure to settle. So step back with the left foot so you're in a striding position. Inhale the arms up into your stretch and then fold forward, softening the right leg if you need to, nose to the knee. And as you inhale, float back up again. So trying to work within the breath, keeping all of the movement within the breath, staying still in the pauses between the breaths. And when you next find yourself folded forward, take a breath in, step forward on the exhale into Uttanasana, standing forward bend, and then lift on the inhale all the way back to upright. Breath or two to get steady, this time with the left foot forward. Inhaling, reaching upwards into the stretch. And as you exhale, fold forward. So following your breath, moving at that natural rhythm of the breath, moving within the breath, and staying still for the pauses. And when your next folded forward, take a breath in, step forward with the right leg so your feet are again side by side. Exhale into Uttanasana. And then from here, we're going to park the hands on the floor and step back about a meter or so from your hands into downward facing dog. Soft knees. Inhaling, drop the knees and dip the back into Bittilasana. Exhale, fold back to long arm child pose. Wait for the breath in and move forward on the inhale. Tuck the toes under and lift the hips, exhaling into down dog. So continuing, Bittilasana on the inhale, opening the chest, exhaling into child, and then floating forward on the in-breath back to Bittilasana, and exhale into cat if you don't want to be lifting all the way into dog. So continue to work at your own pace, moving when the breath is moving, and pausing when the breath is still. And when you're next finding yourself folded into child pose, you can adjust your hands, your shoulders, and just rest for a few moments in that resting position. Head heavy, tail heavy, sensing the movement in the back body. Inhaling up onto the knees, kneeling up, stretch towards the ceiling as you inhale. Exhale, fold forward, back to long arm child. Come forward into Bittilasana, inhaling. And as you exhale, fold back to long arm child. And again, inhaling, kneeling up, stretching the hands and chin up towards the ceiling. Exhale as you fold. Make space for the breath in. Moving forward, Bittilasana. Folding back into child pose. One more time with your own breath. And when you're resting, you might want to take your elbows and knees a bit wider, maybe resting your forehead on the backs of your hands. And take a few breaths in here, just allowing the spine to settle. Allowing the natural rhythm of the breath to create those movements down the back of your body. And then when you've got your breath back, moving carefully, gently, to be lying semi-supine on the back with the hands on the knees. So the feet are off the floor and your arms and legs are above the torso. Settle the arms into a T at shoulder height and wait for the breath out to allow the knees to drop to the right. And you might find the head rolls to the left. Inhaling, lifting both legs back to neutral. Knees left, chin right as you exhale. Now, if this is too much for you, if your feet and legs are heavy, then you can always work with your feet on the floor. So moving when the breath is moving, into neutral on the inhale, into the twist on the exhale. Again, you can limit the degree of the stretch by having something on the floor to either side of you, maybe a block or a cushion or a rolled up blanket. Keep the shoulders heavy and the neck relaxed. So we started this movement with a twist to the knees right. So we'll finish this movement with a twist to the left. And again, when you find yourself back to neutral, hands on the knees to settle the weight. And when you find the breath, you can begin Apanasana, knees forward, pressing into the fingertips as you inhale, pressing the knees against the palms as you exhale. So notice that as your knees move forward, the pelvis tilts, creating that arch in the back, that lift in the spine. Pausing when the breath pauses, moving when the breath is moving. And then perhaps one at a time, you lower your feet to the floor, arms away from the body so that they're not restricting your breath and the sides of the rib cage. Roll your thumbs away so the palms are facing upwards. And we rest here. No effort in the body, no effort in the breath. Resting as the whole body. And you can stay here for as long as you choose. But if you do decide to move, or when you decide to move, please move gently and slowly. Take your time. There is no hurry. Namaste. Thank you.